So, welcome everybody to the Australian Hypnosis Conference. Today I am here with Christophe and, oh, did I say that right?
It's okay. Crypto is okay.
We'll get it right before the end. And you're going to be talking about suppressed rage and the autonomic nervous system. So I have a million questions about this. I am so excited. I'm going to be like front row center, just in awe at your topic because I've read the description. And before I go into that, I want to thank our sponsor, which is Fabian Wesselink from Hypno Breathwork, and his link is down in the description. So please jump onto that. So, with all of this stuff that you're doing, I am tingling with excitement. But before we go too deeply into that, tell us about you and how did you get into this type of a topic?
Well, I started my career. Originally, I was an economist dealing in finances and international trade.
Hmm.
In fact, at a certain point in my career, I traded wool derivatives from Australia to Europe as a risk management tool for spinners and in the industry here locally. Because when you ship wool from Australia in a box of containers, it takes quite a while. And in the meantime, the prices of the wool go up and down.
Yeah.
Uh, so as a risk management tool, we offered stuff. And I visited Australia a few times in Melbourne and Geelong area, where all the wool is and
Yeah.
the city, futures exchange. So that was quite fun. So happy to travel again to Australia. So that will be fun. But I became ill at a certain moment.
Oh.
I, um, I started to create sleep apnea.
Oh.
I stopped breathing 37 times an hour during the night. So in the morning, I was more exhausted as in the evening before when I went to sleep.
Hmm.
Um, and eventually, to make a long story short, I was introduced to NLP and hypnosis. And when in the beginning, there was hypnosis with with direct suggestion or indirect hypnosis, and none of the stuff really worked. But when I got in touch with spiritual hypnosis, with holistic hypnosis, something shifted in my sleep apnea.
Wow.
So um, that was 2014, 2015. And then I started to think, well, if I create my own problem,
Mm.
there must be also other people who create their own problems. And then I stopped working in the financial industry and started as a hypnotist with zero customers and zero financial basis. Yeah, maybe not the best decision financially which I have made, but here I am, and
I'm
I'm
glad you
still.
took the leap. So, what got you interested in the suppressed rage stuff?
Oh, because I don't know whether you know the Simpson Protocol. Also,
Mm.
just
Yeah,
trains
within us.
SP in Australia and New Zealand. So I'm a trainer of SP in Belgium and the Netherlands.
Hmm.
Um, and since 2018, I started to train also my own hypnosis training, the flow of life,
Hmm.
because I saw a lot of people not just with one problem, but with a bunch of problems.
Mm.
And the Simpson protocol is laser. You can focus on one specific problem and help it. But what if you have also other problems because you don't know what you don't know? And I found that most people have problems in their pelvic and in the spine.
Yeah.
In fact, not many people do you know who had back pain at some point? Yes, most people, right?
Hmm.
It's practically a modern epidemic.
Oh,
So I'm sitting in my office and thought, well, let's find a solution also for those people.
yeah.
It's also a part of the training flow. Um, and here's the shocking part. Most of it has nothing to do with what the medical industry says. Um, they say it has some injury, posture, and a wear and tear.
Mm.
Uh, um, the medical industry says it has something to do with posture, injury, stuff
Mm.
like that.
Mm.
No, we can dig deeper with hypnosis, and I found out that it has, not me, but also other people found out that it
Yeah.
has, there is a direct link with repressed emotions,
Mm.
mostly anger, rage,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, that's the easiest of emotions, isn't it? That's the one we all sort of revert to, and then it gets stuck within us.
Yeah. And
And
the good
some,
thing is, as an expert in hypnosis, what can we do? So,
yeah,
as
exactly.
an
And
expert in dealing with emotions, so
and we tend to stew on that rage as well, and then add fuel to it, from other things like this time they did that, this time they did something else. So it's a burning emotion, isn't it?
Well, in 1994, there was this study in the United Kingdom,
Hmm.
and they scanned 98 without back pain. And they put them in an MRI, and they found that 68% of them had bulging discs. So
Yeah.
this is really strange because the medical doctors say the hernia and the bulging disc are the problem for the back pain. But here we have proof that in 68% of those people that they sure had symptoms, but they didn't have the pain. So that's
Yeah.
kind of strange.
Hmm.
Normally they should have been in agony, correct?
Mm.
Now, the reality is we've been scared into believing that spinal damage
Mm.
causes pain, when in fact many of these abnormalities are just natural signs of aging. So if it's not the structural problem, what is causing the pain?
Yeah.
Um, and if we jump into therapy or hypnosis, we all know that the mind is like a strict librarian. It doesn't want you to access certain emotions,
Yes.
anger, anxiety, stress, or grief starts bubbling up. Your brain or the librarian says, we don't go there.
Mm.
Keep it aside.
Hmm.
And which is strange because it's like a psychological trick. Look over here, you have your pain, and here is the repressed emotion, and you can deal with the pain because
Mm.
you can do that, but don't go to the emotion.
Yep.
So back in 1973, there was a study of two German researchers, and they studied muscle biopsies with people with lower back pain. So
Oh
they
yeah.
took a biopsy of the muscle tissue, and they found hypoxia. So um, not enough oxygen in the tissue.
Yeah.
Okay, this is strange. With people with oxygen masks, because there was a lack of oxygen. It didn't work. And afterwards, they found that it's the autonomic nervous system which decides how much oxygen goes where.
Hmm.
not the rational mind, the increase in oxygen.
Fascinating.
The autonomic nervous system is controlled by the subconscious.
Wow.
So there was a direct link, and they found out, which is fascinating. Um, Now things go crazier. Um, in 1986, I believe there was this study in the in Scandinavia, examined people with how do you call this in English, Roma, um,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
in the Journal of Rheumatology, and we found exactly the same problem. And we did also the same study with people with fibromyalgia later on. So in
Wow.
all cases, there was a lack of oxygen in the muscle tissue.
All right.
So the medical doctor says, okay, first it's the massage. If it doesn't help, um, why is the system going? Because in our society, people say just be nice, smile. Uh, if you feel anger, it's not allowed in our society.
Yeah.
It's not done.
Yeah.
So in the moment when you feel anger, when you feel rage, uh, the strength,
Mm.
there is lots of power. It's stuck into the tissue and it's not going outside.
Makes sense.
Uh, so I thought, okay, um, because I was used to working with motor signals, yes, and feedback, and I was subconscious mind, but in the Simpson Protocol, we also have a superconscious mind, something wise.
Hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, let's shift this and ask some questions from the perspective of wisdom to
Hmm.
the system of my clients with yes and no.
Yep.
Is there an emotion stuck into the physical body which has caused this back pain? And in most cases, it says yes, 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 over and over again. And
Yeah.
after that, we were able to fine tune that to more specifically anger and rage. And then we needed to create in the hypnosis session a safe environment. So the autonomic nervous system was invited
Yeah.
as a sort of a second chance to release the anger
Yeah.
and the out of the physical body and out of the energy. And then suddenly the problem was gone.
Yeah. And I've had stuff like that done, like with Justine and myself, and you do feel it shift, and it's like, don't analyze the process, just let it go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, let it go. Absolutely fascinating, honestly. Like I've already talked to a couple of girlfriends who love this stuff with the nervous systems and things like that, and we're like, oh, so can we play with your imagination for just a moment? Is that okay?
Sure.
Awesome, let's do this. So let's imagine that you're a contestant on a magical cooking show. The
Mm-hmm.
secret ingredient in the final round is a fruit that grants superpowers to everybody who eats the fruit. What is the
Okay.
fruit and what superpowers does it possess for people?
Uh, what fruit? A banana.
Ooh, and what is its superpowers?
You will find a strength in yourself so you can be sweet to other people.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. We need more bananas in this world. I love that. I love that. So thank you so much for joining me here. Everybody get to Australian Hypnosis Conference because talking about the suppressed rage, and you've got all of the studies and the stats to tell people about and to show them that we can get this suppressed anger out of our system and really get people to be a bit more flexible and start.
Absolutely. I mean, it's 2025. It's about time that we release those old stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's about time we went, right. let's do this. So yeah. So thank you everybody for joining in on us here today, and we will catch you all in the future at the Australian Hypnosis Conference. Bye bye.